Okay, so this is the first video in a series of videos I plan on doing where I will be experimenting with different trade setups. And this is the first one. I'm calling this the money glitch trade. And I've traded this several times at smaller size. This time I just put it on today for quite a bit larger size. And if you know how to read a risk graph, you recognize these lines here. And what this trade is showing me right now, this is a Monday, August 21st. Basically what this trade is showing me is that this is a risk-free trade that I put on. There's been no adjustments. This trade was just put on, and the risk graph shows risk-free. Now, it's not really risk-free. I'll show you why in a second. But for example, let's just say if the market were to crash from here, this is the SPY. If the market were to crash, the worst case scenario for us was we would make $1,540. If the market shot up to the upside, the worst case scenario would be that we would make $415. And if we stay somewhere in this range here, you can see that the graph is showing that we could make all the way up to 5,000 at this peak. And right down here in this valley, it's about 1,700. And then there's this peak. But anywhere you look on this graph right now, it looks like we have a risk-free trade on. And if we look at our Greeks down here, you can see that the Greeks are showing that I have $605 in theta. That means, in theory, this trade is making $606 every day. And this trade expires this Friday. So this is a 1 week long trade. And I've done a couple of these, and they've worked out previously over the last couple of weeks, but they've always been very small size. This is a bigger size one I put on today. This is a 10 by 12, and this is about up to 40 contracts on this one. So I just wanted to document this process as the week progresses and as we close it out, just to see and show exactly what's going on here, how the risk graph will change. Now here you can see this pink line. This pink line represents today on the risk graph. You can see how it droops right here. You can see the droop here is showing a potential loss right here of $124. But again, as we all know, the risk graph, how the risk graph worked, the risk graph day by day will transform and technically or theoretically turn into this greenish blue risk graph there. Now, the one thing about this trade is that these have different expirations on them. So what you see isn't necessarily what you get. And this can change significantly throughout the week, because this trade is made out of a combination of options that have different expirations. And you can see this here. This thing could move up or down as volatility increases or decreases, or as the market moves around throughout the week. And so in this area here, what we see right now is not necessarily what we're going to get. It's probably not. This will probably come down, but it'll start to droop down lower than what we're seeing here. But I don't think that we'll see, but I don't think with this particular trade, I don't know if this valley here, the steepest part of the valley, will actually dip below zero. I don't think it will, because we're so high up. If this was lower, it definitely could, and we would have to make some sort of an adjustment at that point, or just get out of the trade if we have a profit. But this particular setup, I think that we're looking good, but we'll see. I'm just going to keep following this throughout the week. And on either side, what you see is what you'll get at the end of the trade. Up here at the top, the worst case scenario if it blasts up here is $416. The worst case scenario if it crashes down here is 1,538-ish bucks. And so I'm just going to go ahead and monitor this trade throughout the week, maybe day by day, make daily videos, and just show where we're at and how it's progressing and what's going on with it, and see if I can lose my shirt. And the last thing I want to look at is the Greeks down here. So you can see that we have a positive gamma, 606 theta. That means $606 theoretically being made every day. The Vega's positive, and our margin here is showing $5,175, which may be correct. This is a portfolio margin account, and I'm always confused if this is the real margin number or the real risk amount or not. But this is showing required margin as 5,175. So those are our starting numbers, and I'll continue to monitor this trade throughout the week and make quick update videos and see where we wind up on Friday. Now, one thing I want to do throughout the week is just to kind of progress this risk graph along day by day and see what it predicts will happen. So to do that, let's go ahead. We just come down here to the date, and I'm just going to click it forward day by day. So today is 8/21. This is the risk graph as of today. You can see how it droops a little bit right here. And let's take it forward by 1 day. So this is Tuesday. So that's the change between the two. A little bit of a change, not very much. Comes up a little bit. And then we'll go another day forward. This is going to be Wednesday. Now you can see with Wednesday, it's predicting that it's shot up quite a bit. And I mean, this is truly at this point, if everything were to hold and this part of the trade didn't droop down and I was able to get $617, I may take it. I mean, that's a great return. I mean, well, technically it's a return on what? On zero risk. But again, it's not risk free because this thing will change a little bit throughout the week, and I'll just go ahead and document that as we go day by day. So let's go one more day. So this is Wednesday. Let's go to Thursday. Here's Thursday in the trade. According to what the risk graph is predicting, you can see we're up to 1300 if we're right where we're at now. But you can see that we're at no point in this risk graph are we drooping below the zero line, the zero break-even line. So that's Thursday. Let's go to Friday, the last day. This would be the day that I would take the trade off, and you can see it continues to rise. It's the pink line is just continuing to move up and transform into this bluish line. So right where it's at now would show a profit of $2,139. So, but I'm quite sure that it's not going to follow this exactly because the stock's going to be moving around, and the whole entire risk graph here will be, or this section will be moving up and down as well. But we're going to document the real live version, what really happens, as well as each day I want to see what the risk graph software here predicts. So that's it for today. And if you want to go ahead and follow me, just subscribe to my channel or go on over to my website. You'll see the link in the description, and you can join me there. I'm planning to continue to do this with not only this trade, but there's a handful of trades similar to this that I'm going to be testing out, and I thought, why not just go ahead and do it on video on YouTube and kind of document the whole process. All right, so that's it for today. Hit subscribe, follow along with me, and go over and check out my website, and I'll see you later.